morning and welcome to Hatching for Health, the Jessica Hatch Show. Tonight's guest is Sam Zavary. So you might know him if you are here in Houston. He is the owner of Exclusive Furniture. And a fun fact you might not know is he has donated over $37,000 to kids' meals here in Houston, which is such a blessing. And we're gonna learn all about him, the inspiration he is to the community, as well as others outside of Houston. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me over here. Appreciate it.
I know I've had a chance to actually come to one of your warehouses and see the amazing things that you're doing. So let's just start by kind of understanding where that all started.
So, I started my business about 23 years ago. I was just 21 and started in a small store, and we have expanded now to about 7 stores and soon to be 8. And where you went to is our distribution center. And so we have about 176,000 square feet distribution center with 10,000 square feet of offices. And so all our furniture is distributed, delivered to customers, and customer pick it up from their one warehouse. And I know you mentioned the Kids Meals Houston. And I feel like it's a responsibility that when you have a business, you have a responsibility to share that with the community that you're in, because you are just as good as the community you live in.
It's so true. And that's like one of the things I was telling you, I was reading through one of your, I think it was Facebook, and I saw, just kind of something you had written and about a new location opening up. And it was more than just that. It was inspiring because you just keep growing, but it's also along the way what you're doing to help. Right. And those are the kind of people that I am like, I need to see you on Hatching for Health. I want to like get a good feel for exactly, your heart really and what you're doing. Cause I think by doing so, like you continue to grow. I mean, when you bless others, you get blessed.
Absolutely.
And so Kids Meals Houston, that's a really interesting, situation, because it's not only like you can donate money, but you can actually go and physically take food to these kids.
Right. So there's a lot of organizations that we have done, help to, but I love Kids Meals Houston, and because there's so many people in Houston, so many kids that go to sleep hungry every night, and people don't know that. But Kids Meals Houston, what they have is like you can go to kidsmealinc.org and you can donate it there, or you can even donate time, which time is such a commodity that you can't buy, or you can't pay someone for that.
Yeah.
But so you can go over there. We have taken our employees over there, and they've prepared sandwiches for these kids. So every day there's several thousands of kids that'll go to sleep hungry. And when a lot of these kids, when they go to school, they eat breakfast or lunch, because they might have free breakfast or free lunch.
Yeah, in the public schools.
Right. But when they are not going to school, like as in summer or when COVID happened, then some of them are not eating. So also the preschoolers, they don't have that luxury of going to school, so they're staying home, and sometimes they're only having one meal. So I did a ride along with Kids Meals Houston, and in their van where they deliver the food, and you should see the joy out of these kids. A lot of these kids, little kids, 3 years old, 2 years old, they're expecting that van to pull up and give them something to eat, have that sandwich for them. So Kids Meals Houston, yes. So you can go to kidsmealshouston.org, kidsmealinc.org. You can donate it right there, or you can definitely go over there and volunteer your time.
Yeah, and get involved with whether it's kind of taking the money raised, the food bought, to then prepare the meals to be delivered. It's kind of set up in a few different ways.
Right. There's a lot of grocery stores such as H-E-B, Sprouts. They deliver. When it's the time is coming for the produce or whatever the meat is to expire, they donate it to Houston Food Bank or directly to Kids Meals Houston, and that's how some of those sandwiches are made. An average cost is roughly about $1.50 to $1.60. So if someone is thinking, hey, if I donate about $150, how many kids is it gonna feed? It's about 100 kids.
It goes a long way.
It's a long way.
That's why they say every little bit counts. I mean, half of that even feeds 50 children. It's
yes, of course,
incredible how far that can go. And I think it's important for people to realize that too, because you always are like, well, I don't have that much to donate, or whatever situation might be, but it does still help. So 21 years old though, let's go back to you getting into the furniture industry. Was this something that came from the family, or what made you?
No, so it's a very funny story. I was working for AT&T long distance. I was in sales, and I was going to U of H. So I started making a lot of money while I was working at AT&T.
You're just good at sales. You're
right, I was good at sales. And so, when you make a lot of money, sometimes you're like, you know what, if I do this full time, I may make more money. And I had quit going to school for that one semester. And all of a sudden they canceled the program, and they laid off our whole department. And I just kind of, it was just like very depressing, and me that time, I wasn't even 21. It's 20, so basically a kid. So I kind of fell into like a little depression state. And so my dad asked me, hey, listen, you need to change the scenery a little bit. Why don't I take you, let's go visit your uncle. So when I went to go visit my uncle in California, he had a furniture store.
Okay.
And so that's where the inspiration came from. So I'm like, one day, while I was visiting him at the store, I'm like, man, this is something I can do. This is something I really like to do. And I'll talk more in detail eventually. Hopefully I have a book coming soon.
Yeah.
And I'll probably explain it in detail how did it happen. But so that's where the inspiration came at.
For sure. So it was like your dad's brother or mother?
My dad's brother, right? My dad's brother.
And so he had just like one store there in California,
a store in California. You're right.
So you came back though, and that's where the inspiration started.
And I didn't know anything about furniture. So I started visiting all these furniture stores in Houston, figuring it out, what's going on, how do you sell, how do you do layaway, how do you finance, how do you do delivery. So I visited a furniture store every day for next 45, 50 days. And I'm talking about Monday through Sunday. That's all I was doing.
Yeah.
I was going in there, listening to people, coming out there, coming out to my car, taking notes. At that time, internet was not that readily available. You're talking about 1998. So that's what I did. And then eventually I wanted to be exactly like how my uncle had a store inside the mall. So I was like, well, that's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I had asked my uncle why the furniture store inside the mall?
Yeah.
Because all the furniture stores are outside the mall. And he had said, well, unless you have money to advertise, you can be inside the mall, and then there's built-in traffic. So you don't have to advertise, you just have to sell. What I learned is like people were going to the mall not to buy furniture.
Yeah.
They were going to the mall to buy shoes, clothes, makeup. So I had to be really aggressive salesperson and really come up with, some ideas and be creative.
So your first location was inside of a mall?
Right. It was inside Alameda Mall.
Alameda Mall.
In South Houston.
Okay. So has it always been named Exclusive Furniture, or did you?
Yeah, it was exclusive furniture from
And where did that name come from you?
So
you felt you were exclusive?
The name of his furniture store was Exclusive Furniture.
Was it really?
So I asked him, I'm like, what do you think I should name mine? And he said, well, just name the same thing. Why reinvent the wheel? I'm like, okay, well, cool. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
And,
did you try and come back now and be like, hey?
Eventually, I thought about it several times, throughout the years. I'm like, I wish I would have named something different. But I just kind of.
Does he still have a location there in California?
No, he has moved on.
Okay, so he doesn't even do.
He doesn't even do furniture. No.
So you exclusively have the name now. There's no one else
Nobody.
that you know of. You should
and it's trademark.
I was gonna say you should trademark it.
It is trademarked.
Okay, yeah. That's neat. So the location in the mall you had, how long did that last before you felt like you needed to be like a storefront?
I think I had the store in the mall for a little over a year, maybe 14 months before I opened up a store outside the mall.
Okay.
Yeah. I left that store, I had that store for 3 years inside the mall before we closed it eventually. Then we just kept growing.
And so that's, you said 23 years in total since then to now.
Right. It'll be on June 18. It'll be 23 years.
Your anniversary. Wow.
Yeah.
So you've stuck with that business 100%, and
yes.
It shows obviously having now is it your 7th location opening or your?
No, I will have I'll have 8th location opening probably by the end of this year.
Okay. And where's that 8th location?
So that one is going to be in the north part of Houston on 45 North in the Spring area.
Okay. And the one you just opened, or the most recent?
The most recent one I opened was in Webster, Texas.
But
that was in 2019.
Okay.
March of 2019.
Oh, okay. So it's been a little while.
Yeah.
So what has the COVID done for a business like yours? Has it been much of an effect or is it not?
Honestly, COVID was good to business like us, because a lot of people are spending time at home. They want to upgrade their home.
They're like, oh, I need a new this, and
I need a new this, I need a new that, because more people are spending time at home. When COVID first happened, a lot of people were working from home. They need desks. Then all of a sudden your bedroom was your office, your sanctuary, your living room, everything, and people wanted to upgrade their bedrooms, their living rooms. Where the challenge comes at is that we have had a hard time with our supply chain, because there was a lot of companies that were closed worldwide. There's been a bottleneck in supply. There's a bottleneck in shipping. Shipping companies, steam lines coming from overseas have definitely taken advantage of the situation and have increased their rates 4 or 5 times.
Imagine.
Trucking companies in the country have increased their rate 35 to 80%. Just like there's a lot of people, a lot of places like wood, steel, a lot of these commodities have, it's unfortunate, but people are taking advantage of it, and they have increased their pricing, which is causing the consumer to pay more. Just like that, we have had challenges in our business, same thing.
Yeah, no, of course. So you guys purchase from, I guess, all over the world, should I say? Or
I wouldn't say all over the world. We do a lot of, from domestic, locally within the United States, Mississippi, North Carolina area. And we do have some like from Vietnam, Malaysia, and China, which most of the furniture comes from Vietnam, or Malaysia. And then we have sources in Italy and Brazil.
Okay. We do have to take a commercial break. And we come back, I want to talk about jobs within your world, because I know that's you supply a lot of jobs for people. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will see some of the footage from his stores, as well as some of the work they've done with kids' meals. And then we'll be right back with you.
Guests in your home should only include the ones you invite. When it's time to unwind and catch up with friends, the last thing you need is more work to do. The BioMist Mosquito Elimination System will put your mind at ease and entertains those unwanted guests, giving you the undivided quality time, focus, and attention you and your guests deserve. BioMist Mosquito Elimination System will also rid your home from webs and spiders while eliminating mosquitoes carrying mosquito-borne illnesses such as West Nile, dengue fever, and others.
Great news! Exclusive Furniture's Memorial Day sale is held over through Monday. It's your last chance to save 20% off on furniture and accessories. 98% of our furniture is in stock. This dining set now $12.99, plus pay no interest for 60 months, 5 full years, and get free delivery and setup. Hurry! It absolutely ends Monday. 7 locations and online at exclusivefurniture.com. Exclusive Furniture, where low prices live!
Welcome back from the break. If you have just joined us, we are here with Sam Zavary from Exclusive Furniture here in Houston, and he is just sharing all of his secrets. So we were talking just before the break, just about all the shipping costs, things that have totally increased for you, and also just the delay. People come in, they want a set of furniture, and it's like, you're backed up here, backed up there. But a good thing the business is there, which is important. But obviously, no one wants delays for your customers. So is it changing at all now?
Well, so, we are fortunate that we have a big distribution center. We're fortunate that we are a healthy company. So what we have done is, we have pivoted, but because we know that for a customer, when they are buying a house or when they're moving into a bigger place or even just coming from out of state, they need the furniture right now. So we are keeping a lot of stuff. About 98% of our inventory is in stock to be delivered the same week.
Great.
Yeah. So we have done. It's a lot of work. It's difficult to do, but we are making sure that we are making an attempt of doing it. There's a lot of furniture stores that you go to, deliveries like for 3 months, 4 months. They're backed up. And one thing is that we kind of saw what was going on last year, and we reacted to it early. Yeah. And so we're fortunate that we did that, and we are in stock.
So how many employees do you have like amongst your locations?
So today, as of today, like right now, we employ about 267 people full time.
Okay. Wow.
And that does not include the contractors. So all our drivers are contractors. So that will be about 42 contractors. We have repairmen who are independent contractor, and we have like about 5 repair people.
Okay.
So in all total, directly that is people that we employ is about close to 300 people. Yeah.
So are you currently hiring right now, or is like pretty much you guys have your?
No, we are always hiring. We are right now. I'm looking for recruiters. I'm looking for salespeople.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for administrative people. I have an accounts receivable position that's open. So they can always go at jobs@exclusivefurniture.com or hit us on our Instagram page at Exclusive Furniture or our Facebook page, and send us a message over there
to get in touch on possible employment. So I know with the kids meals, I think that's amazing, obviously, that you're supporting that organization, but some of the things independently you do as well, right? Just in-house.
So like when Harvey happened,
Mm-hmm.
we gave 1,000 twin mattresses for kids.
Oh, that's incredible.
Okay, so we called it Kids Sleep Free.
Yeah.
We did the same thing when Katrina happened, but we did it on a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time Harvey happened, we were a bigger company at that time.
Yeah.
And, I believe in you bless people if you are blessed, right?
Yeah.
And you get twice more. So we did that 1,000 free twin mattresses, Kids Sleep Free. Kids are, I have kids, and I just have soft corner for kids. This summer, we have already bought about 1,000 backpacks.
Oh,
so
cool.
I want to donate 1,000 backpacks. And we have already bought them.
How will you find the kids that those are going to go to? Is it?
So my marketing team is working on it, and and I'm not sure about the details yet.
Yeah.
What we are going to do. I just know that I bought the backpacks.
Yeah,
now.
you're like, I know there's more than 1,000 kids that need these, and we're going to find them and make sure they get in the right hands of people that truly need them. Yeah.
Exactly. So we have already bought the backpacks. Other than that, what I want to do out of any organization, we want to at least feed about 1,000 people this summer.
Yeah.
I know when summer happens, things tighten up for a lot of people. So my vision is to do some stops, like at middle school, elementary school, see if there's any kids or kids in that neighborhood. Just partner up with a radio station or another nonprofit organization or TV station and get these people come over there and feed them.
Yeah,
so that's the goal. I don't know how we're going to execute it.
Yeah, let them know you're coming through.
Exactly.
And you were saying kind of have like sandwich, drink, chips, like a whole
Exactly. So what we want to do is just make sure have like a sandwich, chips, and a drink.
Yeah.
That will at least feed some people.
And you have like another goal of like 1,000, to feed on that given day that you guys go out. And, do you guys have like a van of
so of course we have several vans. They're all wrapped up with our logo and everything.
I was thinking that.
Right. So, but so that's what we want to do. We want to do hits street hits, just go to different places. But we want to make sure the word goes out too at that time. And I don't know how the whole execution is going to work. I've already told my marketing department and my PR people, I'm like, that's what I want to do. And
I'd love to be involved. I'm sure, Hatching for Health, we'd love to, even partner up and just get out there on the volunteer basis and,
thank you.
Kind of spread the word on that. So what are kind of your goals from this point, kind of coming into the middle of 2021, for your company as well as just, on the charitable aspect for the next, say, 5 years?
Well, for my company, I want to continue growing. So, we know that we're going to have 8 stores by the end of 2021. We definitely want to continue growing. My whole goal is to have just in the Houston area or when Houston and surrounding areas, about 11 stores. That's where I want to go to. I want to go to Beaumont. I want to go to, Conroe. So those are some. We already have a spot that we own a piece of land in Baytown. So those are 3 stores that we are gonna have pretty soon in the future. And as your business grows, the responsibility grows. I don't know what movie is that with strong power comes strong responsibility.
Yeah.
Was it Spider-Man? Peter Parker.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And so with the big business come big responsibility. When your community. I've always believed that you know, I live in Houston. I grew up over here, and I have a strong responsibility of, you know, making sure my community is good. And if I have business, these are my customers. These are people who support me. These are people who have given me love. And so I feel responsible for sharing, you know, and helping the less fortunate. And I mean, you know, when tragedies like Harvey happen, or you know, little things happen, you know, be there for the community.
Yeah, you want to be like first in line to, you know,
Right.
to make a difference in some people's lives, for sure. When you guys like expand into new areas, you know, do you typically like build out a whole new location, or do you find something and, you know, kind of remodel it?
So it depends. My model that I have went to since 2014 was just to buy land, build my own building, because I want to have that replicate that McDonald's philosophy. You know, you in burger business, but you also in real estate business.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I've owned a lot of my shopping centers. I mean, a lot of my stores. But recently, the 8th location we opening up used to be used to be a business that closed down.
Okay.
So we basically bought that building. It's a 60,000 square feet building. We completely gutted it down. I mean, we skinned it all the way, and we are putting our facade on there. You know, our signature look.
Yeah.
And we'll redo the whole store. I mean, it's just the remodeling is about $4.5 million remodeling.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
is it really? That's
So it'll be a
crazy.
complete makeover.
Yeah.
And I believe in like you know, because I wanted what I did in 2014. I'm like, I want to make sure I had a vision, and that's what we did. We executed the vision. Like, hey, you know, all the stores need to look the same. All the
Be very uniform.
right?
Yeah.
It's just like Chick-fil-A, right? You go to one Chick-fil-A, or you go to any Chick-fil-A, you know it's Chick-fil-A. You go to McDonald's, they all look the same.
Yeah.
You go to any big business, you go to an Apple store, every Apple store looks the same. So I mean, that's the same philosophy. I want people to, when they're passing by one exclusive furniture, they're like, well, they all look the same. They all should feel the same. They all should have the same customer service. People are dressed the same. My difference between like exclusive furniture and a lot of other furniture store, we have a uniform.
Okay.
You know, we make sure that everybody's dressed the same. Everybody's wearing the same color shirts. Everybody's, you know, treating the same. We also do a couple of good things that nobody does, right?
Yeah.
You walk in our store, wine, beer, snacks.
Really?
It's all free.
I love it.
And
yeah.
sometimes, like, you know, like this Memorial Day, we can have free margaritas on Monday.
That's awesome.
And we like to do it like we at Exclusive Furniture, it's a party every day.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll have DJs at the store, you know, spinning.
Really? So you guys really take the experience to a different level in the furniture shopping.
Exactly, it's the experience, right?
Yeah.
Because when you come to a furniture store, and if you know, and you can just be comfortable and have a glass of wine and talk to somebody who's friendly.
Yeah.
Your whole demeanor changes.
Oh, I love it. I mean, like I think of, you know, it in comparison, not maybe the snack part, but when I go shopping, like as a woman, and I get a glass of wine or a drink that they have to offer, it just like all of a sudden I feel like, you know, more comfortable, and I'm like, you know, my shopping experience, like just it's better.
It's different. And so we did for a long time, we did just wine. You know, we did beer in the beginning. It just didn't work out for us. But then we just did wine, white, red, and Moscato.
Don't spill it on my couches though.
Oh my God. You know, knock on wood, or I mean, I want to keep my fingers crossed. We have not had an accident yet. And we have been serving wine for probably 2.5 years, 3 years now.
That's awesome. Yeah. People are very respectful. They're like, they're letting me walk around with this drink. Let me make sure I don't place it, on the wrong plate.
Yeah. So I mean, so that's the good part. So then we saw a lot of men who came with their wives or girlfriends. They were not drinking wine. Okay. So they'll always ask us, well, do you have beer? Do you have liquor?
Yeah.
We just can't do liquor because we can't monitor it.
Yeah.
So we started doing beer, and beer has been a hit.
Really? Now it's like turned on. It's like
So
like,
just if I tell you last week, we served, I think it was like 30 cases of beer.
Goodness.
Yeah, so over 350
Make
beers.
sure these people are buying, you're like, they're just coming through to visit. No, I'm kidding.
Our whole thing is, look, we know everybody doesn't buy.
Yeah.
but we just want to give you an experience.
Of course.
We want you to, we just want you to feel like you're welcome. So if you want to, and you can come eat our cookies and drink our wine and drink our beer or eat our coffee or have some pizza on us, or, get snacks like bag of chips, cookies, Oreos. Just last year, just in wine and snacks and pizzas and coffee, we spent about $800,000.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we want people to feel like they're at home.
Yeah, and they become return customers or refer others, and
Exactly.
it's like, yeah. So
one more thing we do that nobody does. When you buy furniture from us, we send you a thank you note with a box of Tiff Streets cookies.
really, how sweet.
We are Tiff Streets cookies' biggest customers in Texas.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm coming to you. We're in the buying a new home, so I'm coming to buy something just so I get all these little perks. So it was so great getting to visit with you, Sam, and just learning about your story and what you're doing to help children. So thank you, and we will definitely be in touch, and hopefully we can help out with some of the events you're doing.
Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Hatching for Health. We will see you next week at 7:30 p.m.